Thank you. Next, we have Steve Smith. After Steve Smith is Kobe Flocker.
The first rule of Fight Club is that you don't talk about Fight Club, but that's exactly what I'm going to do tonight. For months, y'all have focused on discipline and disparity, but the one thing you haven't told us is the truth. So here's a few facts. September 28th's Discipline Coordinators meeting, Randolph Irvin's presentation stated, our goals are to eliminate the disproportionate suspensions and tribunals of black students and maintain a safe, secure, and positive learning environment for each and every student. 32% of black students at GCPS, but 45 to 49% of our suspensions. For the advocate crowd, that looks like a clear disparity issue, but that's just lazy data interpretation, so let's dig deeper. Same presentation had a chart for all infractions last year. Battery, 59%, fighting, 60%, firearms, 87.5%, violence against a teacher, 64.3% for black students. There's no bias in this data. The reason for the gap is these students are committing these offenses at higher rates than other groups. But none of you are brave enough to state that publicly, so instead you use it as an excuse to change how discipline is applied in the hopes of eliminating a gap. How? By fudging numbers and refusing to take student tribunals. Examples, Brookwood High School, a student wrote, tomorrow during third, I'll show my bullies who I am, and left a rifle bullet with it. You gave them a 9-day vacation, and then instead of a tribunal, Nakia Towns gave them a transfer to the Give Center. There was a student at Archer High School with a gun. Byron Howard called the NAACP and had Penny Poole act as an advocate for this kid, and instead of being expelled, that kid was moved to Gwinnett Online Campus, again by Nakia Towns. Some punishment for committing a felony. You have advocates for those who do the crime. Where are the advocates for the victims? South Gwinnett, 15 fights in one day, arson in a bathroom. So much for that garbage about a safe, secure environment. The same PowerPoint says when it comes to fighting and battery, if, quote, you took place in the restroom or locker room with few witnesses, it should be handled by the school. But if it took place in a location with many witnesses, it may get a tribunal. Y'all don't give a damn about the behavior. You only care if the optics make you look bad. And for the record, you look horrible. No wonder you don't want these kids to have their phones and record these things, because it's evidence of your complete lack of institutional control that can't be ignored. What made you think this was the way to go? For all these complaining groups that have said stuff about the school to prison pipeline, you're literally creating an environment that will send them to prison. You've made criminal behavior acceptable by not enforcing discipline against it. Hypothetically, if I came down there and punched the super in the face for saying something I don't like, I'd be escorted out of here in handcuffs. But if it happens at a school restroom, they're out for a few days and right back to the scene of the crime. Our teachers are done. They work their asses off for our kids and they need support, but instead you took away any recourse they have to get rid of the kids who are disruptive or dangerous. They're forced to deal with the problems you created daily, and don't get it twisted. Y'all created this. That's where we are, and the entire system is suffering. Both the super and Eric Thigpen have been quoted as saying every behavior communicates a need. Guess what we need? Adults who will discipline children now so they don't become criminals later. Your incompetence is putting thousands of kids and staff at risk every single day. We need real leaders. The literal blood is going to be on your hands. Fix it.
Colby Flocker.